headquarters for BWXT Commercial Operations. I'm Manifa Miller, the Senior Director of Corporate Affairs, and I'm joined on stage by government officials and industry leaders who will be sharing remarks this morning. Before I invite our first speaker to share our exciting news, I'd like to acknowledge the land where we here in Cambridge have gathered for this exciting occasion. BWXT operates on the traditional territory of First Nations, including the Mississauga, Anishinaabe, Neutral, and Haudenosaunee people. On behalf of BWXT, I offer gratitude to the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people for being stewards and caretakers of these lands, for the time and teachings shared with us. As a company, we are still in the process of learning and continue to take steps to improve our Indigenous relations in order to build stronger and more meaningful relationships with Indigenous communities and organizations. I'd like to now welcome the President of BWXT Commercial Operations, John McQuarrie, to the podium to share our announcement. John.
Thank you, Manifa. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here for a very exciting announcement for BWXT. You know, as much fun as making an announcement is on a day like today, I got to say that I particularly enjoy the day before the announcement because, you know, we try to keep it very secret what we're announcing, and of course we're setting up in the facility here, and there's a lot of rumor and speculation, right? And so I like to come out and ask our staff, hey, so what do you think the announcement's about? And I get the most fantastic and creative and funny rumors. So just to let you know, the biggest rumor is that any second now, we should be expecting the Prime Minister of Canada to join us. The other one, which I thought was really great, we're going to try and do this, is we're having Austin Matthews here come and give a motivational speech about how to be great just before the playoffs. This facility in Cambridge is one of North America's largest nuclear component manufacturing plants. It's where half of our talented team of 1,600 people in Canada design and manufacture products for our nuclear power customers. In this facility, we've made hundreds of steam generators, heat exchangers, and other components for CANDU plants that operate in Canada and around the world, and as well as products for other technologies that we've exported, all of which help to generate safe, clean, and reliable electricity. In recent years, the nuclear industry has been invigorated by increasing global recognition that nuclear power is an essential part of the solution to mitigate the impact of climate change, to increase energy security, and to achieve energy independence. This was evident when, at the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai last December, 22 countries from 4 continents pledged to work together to triple global nuclear energy production by 2050. Canada, and specifically Ontario, are leading the way towards this objective. The Government of Ontario's energy policy is facilitating many nuclear projects, including life extension of Darlington and Bruce Power reactors, deployment of small modular reactors at Darlington, extension of the life of the Pickering B reactors, and pre-development work for up to 4,800 megawatts of new nuclear by Bruce Power, all of which demonstrates the Ontario government's leadership in the effort to decarbonize electricity generation while ensuring reliable power for people and business. The Government of Canada is also supporting the nuclear industry in various ways, such as investment tax credits, green bonds that include nuclear, export credit financing, innovation funding, research and development for Canadian nuclear labs, and support for a strong and independent nuclear regulator. Internationally, governments around the world are enacting similar policies to facilitate an increase of nuclear power as a part of their plan to achieve decarbonized economies and energy independence. These actions are stimulating investment by our customers who build and operate nuclear power plants. In addition to the investments being made very successfully here by Ontario Power Generation and Bruce Power, we see large investments in nuclear power being made globally, including in the United States, the UK, France, and Eastern Europe, all of which we believe will drive long-term and increasing demand for nuclear products and services. So, thanks to this positive outlook for nuclear power, I am very pleased to announce today that BWXT is making a large investment to expand this facility and create more than 200 jobs to deliver our clean energy future. Thank you. We will invest $50 million to add 55,000 square feet of manufacturing space. As a result of the investment, we will increase our capacity to make large nuclear components by 50%. We expect to break ground shortly, and we expect to complete construction in the second half of 2026. In addition, we will invest another $30 million in advanced manufacturing equipment that will further increase our capacity, improve our productivity, and make us more competitive globally. Most importantly, I'm pleased to tell you that we're investing in people. As we expand this facility, we're adding 200 jobs for highly skilled steelworkers, engineers, technicians, and other professional staff. In fact, we've already started hiring. Perhaps you saw the We're Hiring banner up on our facility as you arrived here today, for those of you in person, so please tell everyone that BWXT is actively recruiting. Now, to tell you more about our story and the future of this facility, I invite you to watch this brief video. That was 180 years of our history in 90 seconds, so well done, our corporate affairs team. As part of the expansion, our projects and field services business will relocate to a new 150,000 square foot facility in Kitchener. It will be a state-of-the-art center for training, dynamic learning, and technology development to support our customers. As I stated earlier, we're making these investments because we see increasing demand for our products and services, thanks in large part to the Government of Ontario's energy policy initiatives. The Government of Ontario is a world leader in this respect. We're very fortunate to be joined here today by a senior member of the Government of Ontario. Please join me in welcoming the Minister of Energy for Ontario, Todd Smith.
Good morning, everybody. Great to be here. John, congratulations. That's great news. It's been fantastic to really get acquainted with the BWXT team here. Actually, my first big announcement as Minister of Energy back in the summer of 2021 was right here on this shop floor with leaders from Bruce Power, leaders from BWXT, and the big steam condensers that are behind us that were going to be making their way over to Bruce Power as part of their major component replacement program. And I was joined by candidate Jess Dixon that day, I believe, who's now an MPP. And great to be here with her. Great to be here with Brian Riddell as well, the MPP for Cambridge, and our members from the federal parliament as well who are here, and we're going to hear from all of them. So sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. You're going to be here for a little while. But this is great news, and I got to tell you, our government under the leadership of Premier Ford, and Premier Ford couldn't be here for today's announcement, but he was here a couple of months ago filming a video, and he was so proud to be able to stand next to these enormous components and slap an Ontario-made sticker on the side of them because there's so many amazing things that are happening in this province, particularly in the nuclear sector. It's because of the great work of these folks standing behind us with the hard hats on and those who are doing the engineering work on designing the components and building the components that are such an integral part in the major component replacements at Bruce and of course the refurbishments that are happening at OPG's facilities that are coming in on time, actually ahead of schedule and on budget, that for policymakers in Ontario it gives us a heck of a lot of confidence to say yes, we're going to refurbish Pickering Nuclear Generating Station. Yes, we have the comfort to move forward on developing the groundbreaking small modular reactor technology that's leading the Western world, coming online in late 2028, early 29 in Darlington. So congratulations to all of you, because it's because of the work that you have done here at companies like BWXT and being a world leader, and you're so well respected around the world, as are our colleagues at OPG and at Bruce, who have been leading the way, ensuring that the world knows Canada is a world leader when it comes to the development of nuclear technology, providing safe, reliable, affordable electricity, non-emissions electricity on our grid. We've counted on it for 50 years here in Ontario, and countries around the world are now looking to us to help them do what we've done in Ontario, reduce their dependence on coal and have their own energy autonomy in nuclear, small modular reactors and large nuclear reactors, and they're looking to their allies in Canada to lead the way. So whether it's in Alberta, or Saskatchewan, or New Brunswick, or here in Ontario, or Estonia, or Poland, or Romania, or the Czech Republic, parts from BWXT and Ontario's supply chain are going to make their way around the world. And congratulations, John, on today's announcement. This is fantastic for BWXT. Another 200 jobs and an $80 million expansion is certainly something to be celebrated. Now, one brief caveat, every one of those 200 workers has to be a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I don't know if John made that clear or not, but let's go, Leafs go, and go BWXT. Let's go. Thanks, John.
We may have to change our recruiting strategy a little bit. Thank you, Minister Smith. We greatly appreciate your leadership, your service, and your support for the nuclear industry. Our company has developed and grown thanks to investments our customers are making in nuclear energy, led by Ontario Power Generation and Bruce Power. Their investments are securing safe, clean, and reliable electricity that will power the economy of Ontario for decades. They're also creating tremendous economic benefit in this province. They generate steady demand for hundreds of suppliers in Ontario and throughout Canada, and in doing so, they help those suppliers export their products and services around the world using expertise that we have gained here at home. Today, we're fortunate to be joined by the leaders of our two largest customers. Before I ask them to share their remarks, I want to illustrate how important they are to BWXT and to this facility. The marquee product designed and manufactured here at BWXT are nuclear steam generators, some of which you can see around us. More than 340 steam generators have been made here so far, perhaps more than at any other plant in the world. The importance of these two customers is evident by the fact that about 80% of those steam generators that we've manufactured have been delivered to their plants. So, please join me in welcoming Mike Renchek, President and CEO of Bruce Power, and Ken Hartwig, President and CEO of Ontario Power Generation.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
How's everybody today? Isn't this exciting? We've been on a journey since 2016 when Ontario Power Generation and Bruce Power started to refurbish our plants. And when we did that, we started to make investments in companies like BWXT for the long term. But we couldn't have done that without stable energy policy. So a round of applause for the government, for Minister Smith, for our federal support. That stable energy policy allows us to make multi-billion-dollar investments over time and invest here in Ontario, invest in Canada, invest in our citizens. Why? Because we have among the best workforce in the world when it comes to nuclear energy, and it's right here, made in Canada, right here at home. Some years ago, we worked with John to put forward a contract for about $1 billion. We bought 38 of those steam generators, 32 heat exchangers, and countless linear feet of feeder tubes. And that's been an ongoing contract that started around 2017. It'll run all the way through 2033. And as Bruce Power looks to the future, we're in the process of going through our impact assessment for the Bruce Power site to add another 4,800 megawatts of energy to supply Ontario with clean, reliable energy and life-saving medical isotopes. I'd like to give a big shout out here to the United Steelworkers and the building trades and all the unions here in Ontario that really help us get this done day in and day out. We appreciate those steam generators coming, high quality. We appreciate them being on time and on budget, and it allows us to carry on and really create a bright future for everybody. So thank you and congratulations on a well-deserved expansion of your facility, John.
Thanks, Mike. And just picking up on Mike's enthusiasm is, this is an exciting day for us. And I think John described it really, really well, that when we started on our Darlington refurbishment, we had a series of great partners, Bruce Power being one of them to help us through this, but BWXT as well. And the success you're seeing at Darlington, at the Bruce MCR program, is what gave us confidence to say and go to the province, go to Minister Smith, and ask them to refurbish Pickering and to build new nuclear, new SMR technology, all of which will have major elements and components coming out of here from the people standing on this floor and probably some that are not here right now, but are all part of it. And I often say that what makes a company successful, whether it's OPG or whether it's Bruce Power, is having great partners. No individual company can be successful. It is the people around us that lead to that. And we're very, very proud to call BWXT one of our partners. And I really do want to commend you, John, not just the announcement today, which is, I think, very, very special, gives us a lot of certainty as we continue to build out our nuclear program, both at OPG, at Bruce Power, at the provinces, and elsewhere in the world that Minister Smith referred to, but gives us personally a great deal of pride to know that a lot of what we're going to do is going to be done in Ontario, it's going to be done in Canada, and it's going to be done by people in this room that have made us successful so far and will continue to make us successful as we go down these endeavors. So a big congratulations, John, to you, and a big thank you to the entire team for everything you've done for us up until today and everything that you will do for us as we go forward over the next decade in continuing the build out of the nuclear program in Ontario and across the world. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike and Ken, for being here with us, for the long-term relationships that we have with Bruce Power and OPG. We greatly appreciate the opportunity to continue to support your companies. Our local elected officials at all three levels of government are strong advocates for BWXT and the Canadian nuclear industry. We're fortunate that some of them are here with us today as we make this investment announcement. Please join me in welcoming Councillor Ross Earnshaw from the City of Cambridge, who is representing Mayor Jan Liggett. Ross will be followed by the Member of Provincial Parliament for Cambridge, Brian Rydell, the Member of Provincial Parliament for Kitchener South Hespeler, Jess Dixon, the Federal Member of Parliament for Kitchener South Hespeler, Valerie Bradford, and the Federal Member of Parliament for Cambridge, Brian May. Ross.
Thank you and good morning. As a member of City Council, I'm pleased to bring greetings on behalf of Mayor Liggett and the City of Cambridge. Previous speakers have mentioned that this announcement is taking place in Ontario and it is going to resonate around the world. I just want to point out it's happening right here in Ward 4, which is my ward. Mayor Liggett has asked me to extend her regrets. She was deeply disappointed that she could not join us today for this historic announcement. We are thrilled to see BWXT's continued growth in the City of Cambridge. As a fixture in the city's business community since the 1840s, BWXT's longevity has been a wonderful success story for our community. For generations, Cambridge residents have enjoyed rewarding careers with this company. We're excited to see what this new chapter will bring. The BWXT Cambridge expansion project is also an exciting development for the City of Cambridge as it continues to build on our existing cluster of businesses supporting the nuclear sector. With the creation of more than 200 new skilled trades and professional jobs expected, BWXT is poised to continue to provide jobs for our citizens and to retain skilled talent from our post-secondary schools in the region. BWXT's investment in Cambridge highlights the strength in our local economy. We're excited to see this development come to life. Thank you once again for choosing Cambridge and our workforce for your expansion. Together, we will be able to continue to enhance and maintain a vibrant and strong local economy. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I was born in Galt. I've watched this company grow from when it was Goldie McCullough, and they made safes and all sorts of things, and I look at it today. I remember when this shop floor was a machine shop, and I'm so thrilled today to see what has happened here. The evolution of this company and what it's become is phenomenal. And under the direction of Premier Ford and our wonderful minister who's sitting right here, it's amazing to see what's happening in the nuclear world and how Cambridge is a part of it. So I would like to thank all the workers here. And by the way, I was once a millwright and a member of the steelworkers, so I understand where your background is, but it's you that really make a difference on what we're doing. It's you that helps to clean the air that we're looking for today and give us safe, reliable electricity. The fact that you were expanding and selling around the world is absolutely amazing. So I thank each and every one of you personally. Thank you for what you do, and I look forward to more in the future. Thank you.
I'm a slightly younger generation than Brian, but I've been a Cambridge girl for a little too long to call BWXT anything other than Babcock or Babcock and Wilcox if you're feeling fancy. Back in the early 90s in BC, Victoria, they were busy driving manufacturing out. And one of those companies was the Victoria Machinery Depot, which is an old shipyard. And that's where my dad worked. He's an engineer. And eventually they just couldn't hack it anymore in that environment, and it closed down. And that young family, my mom, my dad, and me, were in need of a place to go. And I'm a member of provincial parliament, so I was elected in 2022, and I represent about 100,000 people who are residents of Ontario. And the reason that I do that, the reason that I'm able to do that, is because of Babcock and Wilcox, because the place that my dad found a job was here. And in 1995, we moved to Cambridge and set up shop here. So I've been on this this shop floor as a kid, and as I was walking down here, I realized I was walking past my dad's old office. His name's Eric Dyke. So what this announcement is, many years down the line, it's the exact same opportunity for other young families like mine was. This expansion is incredible. Those jobs are going to be amazing, and I'm really excited about the fact that it's quite a full circle moment to stand on this stage and celebrate that as somebody who only has the ability to stand on this stage and say these things to you because of the opportunities that BWXT offered to my dad and my family back in the 90s. So looking forward to it. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you for all of your hard work in doing the impeccable quality workmanship that has made this company what it is, and absolutely delighted to see what you do in the future. Thanks.
Good morning. I'm so pleased to be here with you this morning for this very important announcement. This is my third visit to this plant facility, and I'm always so impressed about the size of everything that goes on here. So how important and appropriate to be here for this big announcement that is going to add 200 jobs, good sustainable jobs. So I'm so thrilled to be part of this. BWXT has had a Canadian presence here in Cambridge for over 100 years, originally operating as Babcock & Wilcox. Together, they provided good, sustainable jobs for employees in Cambridge, the Waterloo region, and beyond. This expansion solidifies that position and guarantees that these jobs will continue well into the future. Nuclear power provides power generation for over half of Ontario's electricity needs. That means homes, schools, and hospitals all across Ontario. In fact, there's no pathway to Canada's reaching its carbon neutral target without nuclear power, and our federal government is very committed to nuclear power. As the Member of Parliament for Kitchener South Hespeler and a member of the Nuclear Caucus, I had the privilege of touring the Bruce Nuclear Power Facility last year, including the storage facility for the used nuclear rods. The safety procedures taken to dispose of nuclear waste safely is an important step in ensuring that the use of nuclear power remains an option for years to come. Our storage facilities have an impeccable track record of safety. Canada has funded nuclear research for over 50 years. It has allowed Canada to develop standalone nuclear technology that has contributed to our society in more ways than economically. Specifically, the CANDU reactor allows us to be one of the world's leading suppliers of medical isotopes so that we can continuously produce medical isotopes while generating power. We don't need a standalone nuclear generator to do medical isotopes anymore. I'm looking forward to touring the Darlington site next month as well, where once again, BWXT is being involved in its refurbishment process, which will keep the plant site operational for an additional 50 years, adding billions to Ontario's economy and preventing the release of millions of tons of CO2. I want to thank BWXT for its investment of $80 million in this ambitious project and look forward to its completion in mid-2026. Congratulations, John, and to all the hardworking team members here that make BWXT the successful company it is.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here once again with all of you. Thank you, John, for having us here today. I do want to recognize that being the last elected official to speak, there's going to be a lot of repetition, but before I want to just recognize we also have Karen Redmond, the chair of our region, is present today, which really solidifies the universality of support that we have for nuclear in this region. In 2019, the late, great Kim Rudd, former member of Parliament, approached me to take on the role of Nuclear Caucus Chair in Ottawa. And I every day am thankful that she reached out and asked me to take on that challenge. It has been an interesting couple of years. Since then, we have been able to get nuclear mentioned, the honorable mentions in the budget. to sentences in fall economic statements, and now entire sections of this past week's budget dedicated to the nuclear industry. And as elected officials, of course, we would love to take credit for all of that. But really, the credit goes, of course, to amazing companies like BWXT and the leadership here. It goes to the phenomenal advocacy from the CNA. It goes to the partnerships and the customers with Bruce Power, Darlington, Chalk River, and OPG, and the partnerships with organizations and companies like AtkinsRéalis. And I will have to say that the future for nuclear is incredible. The recent CNA conference, the word renaissance for nuclear has been used a lot, and I think that's absolutely true. So again, thank you all for having us here today. Congratulations, BWXT. I look forward to seeing this development over the next little while. Thank you.
And Brian, on behalf of the nuclear industry, I just want to say thank you for what you've done at the federal level. Brian was a supporter of the nuclear industry as Kim Rudd was when nuclear wasn't popular and it wasn't easy to talk about in different circles. And he was steadfast in his resolve in creating that caucus and really helping our industry move forward. So Brian, I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you all for that great support of BWXT and the industry. Our last speaker, John Gorman, has been leading the charge to promote the Canadian nuclear industry for the last 5 years in his role as President and CEO of the Canadian Nuclear Association. I've worked closely with John, watching him tirelessly promote our industry in Canada and internationally. In fact, I've come to think of John as an unofficial representative of BWXT and all of his member companies that include some of our other customers and our partners such as AtkinsRéalis, Kinetrix, GE Hitachi, ES Fox, and many other distinguished companies, some of which are represented here today. So please join me in welcoming John Gorman to share closing remarks for this announcement.
It's a little bit of a test, I think, to be put up here last. You can imagine I took my speaking notes and sort of checked off everything and crossed it out as all of these speakers got up to the podium. I'm delighted to be here, not only with the leaders from all level of government and industry that are clearing the way, but with all of you. And you know, what I'd like to say to all of you is a theme that's been echoed in almost every remark that's come up. And it really translates into understanding that what you do, what all of you do, is important. It's really important, and let me tell you why. This world is facing a number of crises right now, existential ones. It's about climate change and the role that nuclear is going to play globally as we go forward to try to create a just, low-carbon future. It's now about energy security, with Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the whole world shifting its energy systems. What I'm trying to tell you is that the future of this world depends on this renaissance, as MP May called it. It is essential that the world's nuclear ecosystems, the sector, steps up and solves these crises for the world. And I want to tell you this. I've been involved in a number of different electricity industries, energy industries. The global nuclear sector attracts the brightest minds, the most committed people, the highest skilled tradespeople on earth. And Canada is a global leader. What does that tell you? It tells me that the people in this room are the highest caliber, most committed, most skilled people on this planet. It's one thing I mean that. I mean that. It's one thing for these policy leaders and industry leaders to be able to create opportunity. But as we all know, we have to deliver on that opportunity. And what stronger signal is there of all of you, BWXT, delivering on this opportunity, making Canada shine, than this latest expression of an expansion of BWXT facilities and a greater role for Canada in solving both our national and our international needs. Congratulations, John, by the way, and thank you for your leadership on that. So if I could just leave you with two thoughts here. First, for all of you that have joined this sector, and for the next 200 that are going to join this sector, you have an unbelievable career in front of you that is going to continue and make you and your children proud. And the final message to you is, please take this away. What you are doing every single day is really important, not just for your families, not just for the Canadian economy, but in helping solve some of the most troublesome problems that we face. So keep up the great work. Congratulations to all of you.
Good morning, everybody. We are leaving a little bit of time for questions from the media who are in attendance. If you are a member of the media and would like to ask a question of the people here on the podium up here, please come up to the front of the area, state your name, your outlet, and if you can ask your question and follow up with a supplemental question. I see shrugs. Is the media okay? Any questions? Or are you good? If there are no media questions, then we will conclude the remarks from the stage. Thank you, everyone.
John, you good? I'm good, yes. Thank you. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you very much. Smooth as silk. You have more to say?
Well, I'm just going to say, I just want to say thank you to everybody. Those who are in the audience who are interested in staying for the tour, I just ask you to go to the left, my left, in order to meet Kathleen on the side. If you also are leaving the facility, feel free to just stop to one of my team there, Kathleen. And as well, if anybody from the media do want to have some one-on-one questions with John Macquarie, please feel free to also meet on the left side of my left as well. Thank you very much for attending, and feel free to follow our progress on bwxt.com. Bye-bye.